by far, one of the most confusing teams this year has been the Arizona Cardinals. I know they beat my Vikings by a field goal basically because Greg Joseph can't kick a field goal at the end there. I get it, okay? I've been reliving that for the past couple of months, but I think what the bigger thing needs to be said about this is it's the reality that the Cardinals are a tougher team than a lot of people give them credit for. I know. They've been on kind of a little bit of a slide here, but the reality of the situation is through the first part of the NFL season, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a team that's more explosive, that's as fast, and that can make as many plays as the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I also have to say that I'm also aware that the NFL season is a long season. It's all about who can stay healthy and who can make plays towards the end of the year. Got it. Totally understand it. But if we're just talking about a team on paper that is one of the more talented and at least more explosive teams in the NFL, then I still think it's the Arizona Cardinals. I am perfectly aware that there are teams out there when we talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers, I totally understand it. Again, but I think when it comes down to is the fact that when we talk about speed, running past you, making plays, stretching the field out, and honestly just being one of the toughest teams to guard, I think it's hands down the Arizona Cardinals. You have Kyler Murray, that's I believe from my recollection has missed a couple of games, over 3,500 passing yards this year. By the way, their defense has stepped up a lot this year. You also got Kyler Murray that's thrown 23 touchdown passes and 10 interceptions. Colt McCoy has stepped in admirably. James Conner, 187 carries for over 700 yards and 14 touchdowns this year. Also, Chase Edmonds has filled in very nicely, over 100 carries, nearly 600 yards on the season for him. Christian Kirk right now I know is leading the team in catches with 75 catches for 939 yards and 5 touchdowns, but a lot of that is because, let's be real, D-Hop was down. I'm hoping they can get him back for the playoffs because, we know, again, that the entire NFL season, the entirety of it comes down to who is healthy at the time of the playoffs, and I'm hoping that D-Hop can at least be some semblance of himself or at least be ready for the playoffs because he is, in my mind, the best wide receiver in the entire NFL. But to me, the rest of this team is so far underrated and so far slept on, it's a shame. I don't know what you want from that first part of the season. I know it's all about how you finish. I understand it. But if we're talking about the tantalizing, mouth-watering talent that you can build a team on, that a team can be dominant and just take the top off of you, Arizona Cardinals, this offense is too good to honestly to be just one and done in the playoffs. I think they are a top sleeper team as we head forward into the playoffs, and I think at the end of the day, coaches, defensive coordinators specifically, have to do their best to slow these guys down. I think another player that I think has been we've made a video about him being a cheat code in the past, but Rondale Moore, he has been having a great year so far. 54 catches, 435 yards, only has one receiving touchdown, but he also carries the football, 18 carries for 76 yards. But he is just, when he gets the ball in his hand, he's a tough problem to stop. He is just a tough problem, and I think from the very beginning, I've called him the same thing. Percy Harvin. I think he's one of those guys that's he's just so explosive at any level of when he gets the ball. He's tough to stop. And I think, when the Cardinals get into the playoffs here and potentially into the next season, I think that, a lot of it comes down to being able to make plays, obviously offensively, but their defense has made a lot of plays too. We talk about guys like Marcus Golden that has had 11 sacks this year. Now, I think a lot of that is relative when you consider the fact that Marcus Golden's leading the team. What I mean is that's relative. But I also think that when you take a look at the pressure that they're able to get with Golden and Chandler Jones, I think that's really impressive. Chandler Jones has 9.5 sacks this year, and I'm really excited to see what the Cardinals can do because, again, I think what it comes down to is in the playoffs, you obviously play tough defense, and if you can put up points, it's tough. It's tough. Now, the question to me is, can the Cardinals put up points against the Rams and the Packers moving forward? I think so, if they are healthy. I know that's a big if. Again, that's a lot of times the team that wins the playoffs, that makes big long runs, that makes it to the Super Bowl, those are the teams that are the healthiest come the end of the season. And I think that the Cardinals, if they can get healthy, in these last couple of weeks here, I think they could be dangerous, and I think they could be a top sleeper team as we head into the playoffs. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We really appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome, and we love every single one of you. Check out our website at thesportsbreedpodcast.com. That's in the description down below, as well as all of our social media platforms that are down below as well. Also, remember to give us a like and sub on iTunes. And finally, in the comment section down below, you will find our email, which you guys can obviously use to send us anything you would like us to cover, or you can just put in the comment section down below. And once again, we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the Arizona Cardinals being a top sleeper team.